maybe we had to go out there and help her clean these houses. I hated it. I'm not even gonna lie. I couldn't stand going out there and helping her with these houses. But this is what gave me the experience in dealing with clients because, of course, I had to be cordial and I had to dress a certain way and stuff like that. So she was really grooming me and teaching me. And I didn't even know. I never thought that I would be a cleaning business owner. Like, this is not my dream, to be a cleaning business owner. Okay. Um, so that's where I got my experience at. But my mom never did it as a company. She did it as a hustle, just to put food on the table. You know what I mean? Side job. She get $100 here, $100 there, buy some groceries. That's
Yeah.
it.
So this wasn't
The
her
older,
company. She was working for somebody where then she just brought you along with her,
yeah.
right? Okay.
See, this was just a side job.
Okay.
Like my mom's a caregiver, and then sometimes when she's taking care of people, they'll say, well, how much will you charge to clean the house? And then she would clean their house for them. No company, it was just a little side thing she did, and we would go help. um but later on, when I got older, I saw something bigger. I saw the fact that this can actually be something. I can actually do this, hire people to do the work, and make a profitable business out of this. So like I said, that light bulb just has the click. You have to have that mindset set shift. From employee, because I remember back in the day we used to look for jobs that were like, we thought jobs that were $10 and $11 an hour were like the good jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, bragging like, hey, seeing girls brag about making $10 and $11 an hour, like they were living the good life. When in reality, you're no better than me if I'm making 8 and you're making 11. Like,
Yeah.
do you know we're both still screwed here?
Yeah.
But back in the day, you couldn't tell them nothing. They thought that they were, a little manager position, $10, $11 an hour. They thought they was rocking. But like I said, I had a mindset shift one day. And then one day I just said, no more. It's no way in the world I'm going to be able to work 3 jobs. I was working 3 jobs at the time and take care of my kids and be able to enjoy life. Like, I would be literally working until I die if I keep
Mm-hmm.
this up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was hard for me to get a job because of what I had on my background. So I said, I'm going to become a business owner, and I'll do that. And
Because nobody can judge you or stop you doing what you want to do.
nobody
Right?
can judge you.
Yeah.
It's sad how one incident can happen in your life, and people that don't even know you can say, oh, no, 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 they just judge and they don't even know the situation. So that was one of my situations. Like, I'm not a bad person at all, like, but people judge from what they saw, and
Yeah.
they didn't even know the situation. So I couldn't get any good job, so I was forced into entrepreneurship. Before I did a cleaning company, I was actually doing the music industry, and I was a promoter. I used to promote events and promote artists, so I'm really familiar
So
with the marketing.
you're a people person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Which
I'm no
is
stranger to social media marketing or going out there passing out flyers. So when it was time for me to market for the cleaning industry, hey, that's something, that's one of my passions. I love to get out there anyway, and talk to people about whatever is on the flyer that I'm promoting. You know what I mean?
well.
Um,
That's an advantage, to tell the truth, Katrina, because it's a lot of people don't know how to do that, and they have to hire
no,
somebody. So I think that's
no.
kudos to you for. I mean, again, look at things that were in a past experience that help you with your current experience.
Exactly, exactly. And you're right about that too, because I'm noticing that now. I'm also really passionate about helping other people, but it's hard because you can't help everybody.
No.
In my situation, I talked about this before in one of my other interviews, how the seed was already planted. Like I'm already a go-getter. So whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna go hard in it. I mean, that's
Yeah, it's natural.
no.
It's natural. Yeah.
So when you're coaching somebody that doesn't have that tenacity, and they're used to Netflix and chill and TikTok and whatever else, you know what I mean? Like, I literally had to cut my whole life off and just focus on business.
Mhm.
That's what it is. You know what I
That's
mean?
what it
It
takes.
was it's no life.
Hmm.
Right now I'm in my office, my kids, I barely see them now. You know what I mean? I have to
Hmm.
FaceTime them and do the mommy thing.
Hmm.
So it's a sacrifice, but
Yeah.
I would rather take this sacrifice than to be, because I made a vow to myself that I will not be in my 70s still working. I'm not going to be sweating, working, struggling.
Hmm.
There has to be a time in your life that you live your life. Okay,
Hmm.
there's people around here that can't travel the world. Never traveled the world, never really experienced life
Yeah.
because you're a slave to work. You know what I mean?
It's a
So
good
that's
point.
just one of the reasons why I go hard. Like
Okay.
I'll be down. If I gotta work sun up to sundown, I'm gonna do that. Whatever I gotta do to make what I need to make so that I can live an abundance life. Because I'm
Yeah.
striving for abundance
Well,
here.
I love that you're saying that, Katrina, because that's again, so I'll hear stories from people, right? And it's, I first 2 years, we're gonna get into your first year too, but first 2 years, I worked my ass off every day, 18-hour days. Me and my, again, I had my then girlfriend, she's my wife now. But when you have people that say, oh, well, I want to start a cleaning business, and then, how quickly can I hire people? Like, how quickly can, because I don't want to do the cleaning. I want to have I'm like, man,
Mhm.
you just like, you don't get it. You don't get it. Like, that's just not possible. Like, I'm not saying you
That's
can't do it.
hard.
I'm not saying you can't do it, but to run a
It can be
successful,
done.
yeah, to run a successful cleaning business, I would think you want to be confident in every aspect, right?
Right.
So
Right.
let's let's jump into even before we get to your first year. Like, why don't you tell everybody? So you got Tenacity Cleaning. Let's dig a little deeper there. What's the size? How many employees? What areas? What services are you doing? And what was your revenue last year, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah. So my revenue for Tenacity Clean, which I actually started that business 2000 at the end of 2019, November 2019. And then by the time November 2020 came, I was grossing 200,000.
Okay.
So in all, I made a little over 200,000.
Okay. Which is
In revenue.
which That's good. Okay, so that's going to be good for me to touch on later, because that's a number 250,000. I'll talk to you about it later. But okay, so how many how many employees do you have? It is
Um, for my employees, I actually have two employees and I have 11 contractors.
okay.
So,
Contractor
I'm
model. I did it too. Yeah, I mean, it
yeah.
works. It
My
works.
very first contract, my very first company, which was Georgia's Heavenly Cleaners.
Oh,
Um,
I'm with you.
I
Don't
had
worry.
all I had all employees, and I actually had a mentor, he owned a $1 million company, and he said, Katrina, do employees. And I was like, why? I don't want to do employees. You
Yeah,
know how it is.
yeah,
Now I'm going through coaching people, telling them stuff, and they're not listening to me, you
yeah.
know. But now I'm kind of seeing why he was saying that, because he was like, your vision, and you said you wanted to do this, this, and that. Well, you need to just trust me. If you just do it in the beginning, you'll be all right. But I was like, okay. So I did it in the beginning, and it was really hard, because for one, I didn't bid correctly.
Hmm.
And if you don't bid correctly and you have to pay employee taxes, you're screwed.
Yeah, you're getting double whammy. Double whammy.
So I ended up having to get a loan. I got a few shark loans, right? And for my first company, I grew it really quickly, and then it quickly came to an end. Okay. And I had to shut it down. I filed bankruptcy on that company, and I started a new company, which is Tenacity Clean. And I moved all of my clients, the remaining clients I had, over to the new company, and I just had a fresh start from there.
So see, so that's a great point to touch on, where for everybody who's listening is uh, that failure was almost a plus for you, because now you learned the correct way to go about it, and you got right
Right.
back on the horse, right? So
Right.
and that's where, in our space, a lot of cleaning companies that start, they fail after the first year and they never get back on the horse, right? Because this is
Exactly.
tough. This is not an easy industry.
Right.
It takes cojones, right? To be
Right.
that person. It almost like you feel belittling because you're the person cleaning the toilet. you're a person throwing out the garbage. You're doing a job that you may think is so like low on the totem pole, but it's you got to do it first. So then you know what your teams are going through, right? So like this first year, all right, you already explained how you went from one failure to here. You're doing the right things now, right? Talk about what are those things you learned other than so what we got bidding, you learn bidding, which that's number one for, and I say this to people, Katrina, too, is like the only way you know how to bid though is if you did the work, right? Like you, if you do the work, you're going to know what goes into the work. So then you're going to
Yeah.
say, what's a respectable amount of hours I need to spend there? What would I charge somebody? What would I want to pay somebody? What would I do if I was the person doing the work that I would
Right.
want to earn for a living? So
Right.
talk people through, because you're single mom right now. Is that what you said?
Yes.
So
Yes. The same mother
t-
of 5. Mm-hmm.
so touch on that, Katrina, because I'm seeing a lot of a lot of women getting into the space, and kudos, because my wife watches our 2 sons, and damn,
Yeah.
that job is hard. And
It's
then
hard.
we had no kids our first 5 years, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have responsibilities. So can you walk us through not a day in the life of Katrina, but like how how tough is that? Like really, like be honest with you're running a business, you're trying to grow the academy, but you have kids at home. Like
It's
touch
tough.
that.
It's very tough. Having kids early was a gift and a curse for me. Okay. I have 3 teenagers and I have 2 babies. Okay. Um, before my husband passed, he wanted to have kids again, and now I'm stuck with 2 little ones.
Oh,
No, they're like 5 and 6.
and then the
So
teenagers, hey,
this one,
are the teenagers ready to work?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. There was no that that's y'all have to work. So and then they also have to help out with the little ones. Okay, so it worked out for me because I have teenagers and little ones. The big ones could watch the little ones, and being that it's 3 teenagers, well, my son, he's no help at all. So I could just exclude him out. But my 2 daughters, they'll help with the cleans and babysitting and stuff like that. So it helps.
So Katrina, so are the kids, what ages are they that I mean, that's a support system for you, right? Like, man, that's a
Yeah,
mother's dream to know that
along
you
with
could,
my mom too.
your mom too. Okay.
Along with my mom too. She just retired, and she sees my passion now. She didn't always see it. She didn't always see it. It was hard in the
Right.
beginning,
Mom, you hearing
you
that,
know.
mom?
But now it's like, okay, I'll watch the kids. So now that they see, but we have to fight so hard to get people around us to pick up. You know what I mean? Because
Okay.
I mean, nobody's gonna believe in you like your business is your baby. And
Yeah.
she knew when those checks start rolling in that this was serious. Okay, it's
Mm-hmm.
just some serious stuff here. Now
Okay.
I'm okay. So I need y'all help. So I had so many family discussions. We all had to sit down and talk about generational wealth. We never used to have these conversations
Never.
ever,
Yeah.
ever. Okay. So I thank God for things like the internet, which I've learned a lot from. I learned more from Google than I've ever did in any school. I hate to say it like that.
No,
But,
yeah.
I'm
I mean, it's a catch-22. Like you wish you had learned entrepreneurship in school, but it's like, but you don't learn entrepreneurship in school. You learn it
no.
in the field. You learn it by falling, really, right? And getting
my,
back up.
my life started really really quickly because I dropped out in the 9th grade, and after I dropped out, that's when I had my first child. So life hit me real quick. It was like, gotta work. I went immediately to working and no more school for me. Then after that, it was baby after trial after error, and that just leads you to government assistance. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I like to tell my stories to tell the women that are in that situation now that feel like they can't get out of it. Government assistance, food stamps, and they just like me for a change. I felt like this was just it for me. I mean, this is just my life or whatnot. That you can make a change. Like you don't have to settle for that.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I cut myself off of food stamps. I didn't even want no assistance no more. I don't. Mm-mm. I said, I got to walk on my own 2 feet. I'll figure it out. And I was
Mhm.
determined to figure it out, you know. And when those checks start rolling in, you start getting good in your business, you'll never think about going back again, because now you're thinking abundance. You know what I mean? Now we're thinking, I was thinking 100,000. Now I'm thinking million. I have to
Yeah.
get 7. We got to get to 7. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But you have
So when
to.
you think big, you'll get there, you
Yeah.
know?
Because if you fall
So,
short, you're going to hit 500. If you fall short, you're at like 650. And
oh,
guess
yeah.
what? That's pretty damn good. I mean, our industry, 90% of our industry doesn't reach a million in revenue. So,
No, no,
so
no.
you shooting for a million, please, I want you to get there, right? Like we all need to start. We need a lot more people to get there because
Mhm.
I always coming back to this, Katrina, too, is more, you don't want to say like millionaires in our space, right? But the more successful cleaning business owners, what does that do? That's starting to bring the bottom up, you know? So that
Right.
underbidding problem that we have, it's not going to be a problem anymore if everybody's earning a good amount of revenue. How do they get to that revenue? By charging correctly, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so that's,
You
man,
got to
I,
charge correctly. And not only that, but like they got to realize it's real. I feel like true success comes within. You know, it's a lot of stuff you're gonna have to deal with. You have to deal with employees complaining about their job, and you have to deal with the clients complaining. Like, you know, it's people out here that can't even deal with that. They feel like they can deal with it like they're talking to somebody on the streets, like their
yes,
friends. Like,
it's not going to
you know,
work. That's
you
not going to
can't,
work.
you're a business owner now. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that I developed these habits of knowing how to speak to people even when they have a temper. I don't get, pulled out of my bag. I'm still talking to them like I'm talking to you. I know how to handle those complaints, you know.
That's a good point.
But
Yeah, like how
I've
to
had,
handle it positively, right? Because
yeah, a
the negative
positive.
energy brings out negative results. So why
There
do
you
it?
go. So how can you really be a successful business owner when I cleaned them tubs, I did it, I did it. You can't do that.
Mm-mm.
You got to no, you can't do that. So I had to deal with coaching people that just, man, their temper. Whew, you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
and
I
that
don't
you
know
know
if
what
they're gonna
too,
make
and
it.
Katrina, that's where again doing the work yourself, right? Because I remember my wife. We would go to the green book, to get to see what the client left as notes. It doesn't look like you guys mopped the floor last night. I'm like, what? I mopped for 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And my
Mm-hmm.
wife's name is Marley, and she's like, Rick, it is what it is. Let's go back. Let's just remop again or mop better, right? But
Now, like you, they say the
it's like,
customer's always right.
yeah, and so now when you have an employee that we get complaints, it's like now we can say, we got your back. I know you may have mopped. All right, I understand. Let's just keep doing it. Keep doing it again. Customers always right, but remember, I got your back, right?
Right.
They may always
Right.
be right, but I got your back. So
Right.
I wanted to take a second, hold up your glass of wine. I wanted to cheers to you. Cause again, remember, I don't know you. I didn't know your backstory, Katrina. 5 kids running a business. I mean, for all the women that are out there, even fathers, right? Single fathers, like it's amazing to me that you're able to be doing this. And I gotta believe your kids are proud, right? Like they got to
Yeah.
see that drive in you where again, like you said, we didn't talk about generational wealth growing up. It was just you work a 9 to 5 or you work a graveyard shift, you come back the
Yeah.
next day and you do it again.
Yeah.
There was no planning for the
Yeah.
future. There was no planning to do something for yourself, right?
Mm-mm.
You're doing this you're being a little selfish to do this for yourself, but at the same time, you're at the same time, you're doing it for them, and for
Right.
them to see you do this, your mom's got to be proud. Your kids have got to be proud. These videos are going to help for the future. This is like documentation. Think about it. Like,
Yeah.
so your
Yeah.
kids are going to see the video and say, Mom, why did you wear that blue shirt? Why did you
Right. Right.
have your
Right.
hair done that way? Why is there a cord in the screen? And you're going to be like,
That's right.
they're watching me, right?
This
They're
is
watching me.
evergreen content. Like, this is the best year. Like, this millennium right here, this decade right here, with this internet and Google and what we're doing right now. We didn't have this back in my day.
Oh,
Okay, this is some of the best times. It's so easy. I feel like it's easier now to become a millionaire than ever.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. I,
But
I, I agree. I agree.
there's still so many people that's in poverty, living paycheck to paycheck. They haven't, The light bulb hasn't went off yet. They didn't understand, and they haven't. And even you have to have some work ethic behind you. Like all this showing up to work late, showing up to an interview late, even if it's a job paying $10 an hour, man. I know some people. A guy that I hired on time, always did his work. He just had it in him, and I actually coached him, and now he has his own business. I didn't want to let him go. Lord knows he was, whew,
Yeah.
you know how you have those good ones on your team, and it's hard to find people like him.
Katrina, that's
But
funny. That's funny you say that. Cause yeah,
yeah,
so we've got, I think four or five employees now that have turned to, they're like, I love what you're doing. I want to do it. So it's like,
right.
you get that push and pull. You're like, oh yeah, let's, let's, yeah. Remember, he's like, Rick, remember when you hired me, you told me your goal was to help me become a business owner. I was like, I said that? Damn. I was like, I was like, you're too good. No, I need you on this team. But
That's
we
how I
still work,
felt,
we
man.
still
I
work
was like,
together. He's a subcontractor for me now, right? Where
yeah,
I send him
yeah,
work, but like there's these people that just they got it. So it's like, why not let them go? Right? Like let them spread their
yeah.
wings.
Mm-hmm,
But yeah, you feel it, you're like, oh my God, you're too good. No. But
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
if anything,
That's
that's
how
a
I
compliment to you and me and
right,
anybody else who does that, where obviously they liked what we're doing and they wanted to
right.
do it themselves. So power to them, right? Power to them.
Yeah, most definitely. And,
Right.
and it makes us feel good inside that we were able to help somebody else come out of their situation. And I definitely, whenever I get those texts, like I had like a cash app the other day from the same person, and he was like, "Hey, lunch on me today," just out the blue. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I was like, "Thank you." Yeah,
So,
but it always it'll come back to you.
oh,
When you just
it'll come back. Yeah.
really help people out, they appreciate that, man. And then not only that, if I lose a contract, hey, I'll tell him to go after it. You know what I mean?
Good
I'll
point.
tell one of
Good
my
point.
cleaning company buddies. I just lost a contract last year. They said they didn't want to come go with my company this year. I said, okay, fine. I sent one of my guys there, and now he has it.
Nice.
you know and so we work together
Oh yeah.
instead of all hating on each other, like we've
Nah,
been
man.
doing that
There's this.
strong.
We're building a community here, right?
Right,
And especially now with COVID going on, like this again, we're in a whole new world of cleaning.
right, right,
So let me
right.
ask you this. I mean, we could talk about COVID disinfection cleaning, but just services in general. Like,
Mhm.
if you, so, again, you're a single mom building this business. What would you say to women out there that are trying to build their business? Where because I sometimes get that look or question of, well, Rick, how can I start carpet cleaning? I don't know how to carpet clean. Or Rick, how what do I do if they ask for strip and wax? I've never stripped and wax before. I mean, have you done those services yourself before? Do you offer
I've never
those,
done
or where are
I've
you at
never
with
done them
that?
before, but one thing about me, I'm not scared. I'm not scared to do it. If I got the contract and somebody say, "Hey, okay, we're going," because I'm really good at going in there and talking,
Hmm.
and selling myself. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I'm real good at that. Now, then when I get the contract, I figure it out later. I'm one of those type of people. And I used to have a partner, and he used to hate that about me because he was like, now what we gonna do? Now what we gonna like panicking and stuff. And I'll be like, we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, that's it. It's almost like the important things is getting contracts, right? Like let you get the contract and that's something I heard. Have you ever heard of Ed Selko? Have you ever met Ed? So
No,
so
no.
something Ed was telling me before is he's like, Rick, uh, people talk about how to bid, how to do this, and did I get the right production rate? He's like, a lot of times it's let's just win the contract. He's like, Rick, with the technology that's out and the equipment that's out, if you win a contract and let's say you're shy on your production rate or you underbid it a little bit, there's floor scrubbers out there. There's battery backpack vacuums out there. There's
Mm-hmm.
flat mop systems. There's something that can help you
Right,
clean
right,
faster, right? Clean more efficient. So
right,
instead of, bitching about underbidding or, oh my God, we don't have enough time. How do you make, how do you figure it out? Like, how do you get more time? How do you do things? And I think that's what people got to think about too, not just worry about, I don't
Everything
have enough
is
time.
figure outable. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Everything is figure outable. We will figure it out. Okay. This is a figure out company. That's how I when I started doing coaching, I didn't know how to set up the whole portal to where you send the contract out, and I didn't know none of this stuff. I just started Tenacity Academy last year, right when COVID hit. Okay, because I'm just one of those people. I adapt. My money is not going to go down. I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
So I offered another service, and I said, well, I can sell my expertise. I've been through all of this, and I can teach somebody how to do this. So that's what I started to do. Start coaching. And like I said, everything is figure outable. I'll figure out how to do it. I had to figure out. I'm still figuring out stuff as I go along.
Oh yeah. I'm 8 years in, still figuring it out.
Yeah, when I did move in, move out cleaning, I messed up a whole lot. But now I feel like I'm an expert at doing those type of cleanings because I messed up so much,
Yeah.
you know. But that experience is the best teacher. That's what people
Yep.
got to understand. They want people to give them this magic answer, like they're just gonna be rich in the next 90 days after they leave
No.
the program. But it does not work like that.
No.
You're not gonna be rich in 90 days. Okay, you will be amazed how many people will get in on the program and won't even open up the freaking course.
Oh man. Come on.
You know what I mean? I'm checking the course and seeing who opened it.
You're like, you signed up 2 weeks ago. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about, I mean, we're already talking about it now, but now Tenacity Academy, obviously you touched on it, came about in March of last year, but like, okay, so you don't know how to, this is your first time doing an academy, right? It's your first time coaching.
Yeah.
What did you start to learn in the early on that where you're at today? Like, I gotta believe there's a curriculum and agenda. Like, what are you doing? Talk a little bit about the program. Like, what does the program entail?
Okay. So right now, what we're doing is it's a 3-month program where you get your monthly coaching calls. You also have um access to me throughout the months. If you ever get stuck on anything, you can book a call, schedule a call anywhere between the times that I have available. You also get a free course. We will build you a website. We will create your social media marketing for you on Instagram and Facebook. So that's like one of the biggies that everybody likes is the marketing part. The only problem is you have to work too. See,
Yeah.
if we create the marketing on your page,
Like the leads are going to come.
yeah, but you have to add people to your page. You
Oh,
have to
okay.
engage
Gotcha.
in your
I
page.
gotcha.
You have to build that organic audience. Like we're not going to do all the work for you.
Got it.
Like, we're not
Yeah.
going.
That's a whole nother, that's SEO. Like that's another,
Yeah, yeah.
there's
So
agencies for that.
if I like to work with companies that are already like in the swift of things because they get it. They get that I'm a business owner. I need to get in on here and post at least one time a day. I need to be adding people. I need to be commenting on people's stuff. You need to engage. You need to know how YouTube algorithm works, how Facebook, Instagram. You have to understand the algorithm. If you're not working in there, like just automatic posts isn't going to do it. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's just something that I coach in the class to get them to do it. But it's hard to get people to do it that haven't really done it before. That's just like telling me, as much as I don't like to exercise, to get up every morning 5 o'clock and do 20 push-ups.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Like you
okay,
like
yeah,
that's the
right.
work you're talking about. Yeah. And it's
You know,
because it's not really labor, right? What you're talking about, what you're asking people to do is not labor. It's, but it's routine, building a habit, right?
yeah,
Building.
yeah,
Okay.
just little habits every day. It's not even labor. It's just like if you did it every day and you do something for 90 days, it will become a habit.
True.
Okay.
Good point. Good point.
Even if you don't smoke, if you smoke a cigarette every day, you'll be hooked after 90 days. Trust me.
Yeah.
Coffee. I used to hate coffee,
Me
but
too. Me
I
too.
developed
I'm
a
drinking 3 coffees now a day.
yeah. I developed a habit watching my mom drink coffee every day. And I used to take her and I used to get a coffee. Next thing you know, 6 months down the line, I'm the coffee drinker.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
developed that habit. You know what I mean? So when I learned that about myself, and that's how a lot of people are, I said, okay, now I know how to break habits, break
Hmm.
bad, because I don't even like coffee like that. So I said, I'm gonna drink tea. And I started getting organic tea. And I made that a habit, even though it didn't really taste all that good to me. I knew it was healthy,
Yeah.
especially during the COVID era, that you really needed some organic stuff inside. We still do. I mean, this,
Yeah.
organics inside your body. So I just started making that a habit, drinking the proper things because as a business owner, you want to be able to function, correctly. And you need to be healthy. You need to, so you have to develop those habits. But
Yep.
whew,
So
some people they don't have that habit. And you would
Katrina,
think that they should be passionate about their business. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
I mean, and guys, if you guys haven't checked out any of uh any of the Tenacity or Katrina's pages, we'll talk about that later. But that is actually what caught my attention to Katrina. Not knowing, like, I didn't know, again, I did not know much of your background or the history of how you got
Hmm.
into the business. I was just
Hmm.
like, man, who is this girl? Just every day, new picture. I didn't even know what thumbnails were until I asked my video guy here. I'm like, hey, what is she doing? Nonstop. What is like a different? It's a different screen. It's a different. But then now it makes sense to me how good you are at social media because you're putting the work in, right? Where I think we could do a whole episode on social media, especially
Yeah.
now in this and age. If you don't have a Facebook page, if you don't have a LinkedIn, if you don't have a YouTube, especially YouTube, because I feel the video is the future. We'll talk about that in a second. But
Right. Right.
that
Right.
is that is what caught my attention. If anybody that's in the audience wants to just even look at how should I make it look, what should the description be, what should the titles be, take a look at Katrina's Tenacity Academy YouTube page. We'll punch it or we'll put a description of it later down in the comments below. But it's a perfect example of what you should do. I got a team here, two videographers. They're like, what she's doing, that's it. Like Rick, it's engagement. It's putting the work in every day. It's content, content, content. She's touching on
Hmm.
certain things. It's almost like you're opening yourself up to anybody who's going to view is going to get to know you, right? And
Right.
you're sharing the knowledge and you're sharing your story. And it's like, man, again, colorful, eye catching. I was like, I got to talk to this girl, like,
Right.
and
Right.
it's kudos to you, honestly, because
Thank you.
I know how hard it is. I have
Yeah.
people that help me do it. They yell at me for not doing my routine and daily habits
Mhm.
because it's. I'm like, every day. You honestly want me to post something every day? Like, wow, really?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so. What How did you get into that? How did you learn? What is a good tip for somebody that, again, we're wearing many hats. So I get it when
Right.
somebody says, Katrina, it's tough. I don't have time. Give some
Mm.
people some tips, right? I know you talked about routine,
Yeah.
so that's a good one, but how did you get into learning it? Did you teach yourself or where did you go?
Okay. So with marketing, like I said, I used to like promote shows back in the day. So I wasn't like I'm not new to the whole marketing thing. Um
But
Back
those
in the
are
day
like
I
flyers
used
though, Katrina, right? Are those flyers and like things like that? But was it what digital
yeah,
or
but
no?
I also used to use stuff like Hootsuite. Have you ever heard
Oh,
of Hootsuite?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I used to use also on the marketing side. So we did digital marketing as well as passing out flyers and stuff. We actually won an award in this city for best promoters and whatnot a long time ago.
Nice. Nice.
So anyway, what I do now is one, I have the tenacity, I have the drive, I have the passion. So it's an automatic thing for me. Two, I have an assistant that helps me out and posts this stuff for me. Three, I have it on autopilot. So we schedule these posts out. So it may look like I'm doing a whole lot when I'm really not.
Got it.
I'm really doing less than you think I am. A lot of it is automated. And then I have an assistant that, he creates these little memes and these videos or whatnot. He'll send it to me, get my approval. Then he'll go ahead and start the scheduling. So it's to the point where I don't really have to, but I still do because I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you got three things working at one time to make everything work. You know what I
So
mean?
are so that are you? Is it like you might spend a day out of the month shooting photos, shooting some videos, and then
Yeah.
all that gets cut out, right? And
So
then it just kind
definitely
of
I have it
distribute.
set up to where I have a hairstylist, I have a girl that does my nails, and whenever I get my hair
Oh,
done again and my
you get
nails
done
done,
up. You get done
then
up.
I
Yeah.
schedule a photo shoot right after it. So that's how I got it scheduled. Whenever it's time for me to go get done up, the photo shoot is going to happen.
Okay.
And then I do a photo shoot, go buy a new outfit, make up some new memes or whatever, and that's what we'll do.
Because I mean,
We'll
you
start
got
the
to think
market.
about like you're a brand, right? You're selling your brand.
Yeah.
You're selling yourself. And it's
Mhm.
authenticity at that point. Because I could tell
Yeah.
already. Yeah, you got passion. This is you. This is what you're doing
Yeah.
today. This is what you're gonna do tomorrow. This is what you're gonna do 10 years from now. Like,
Hey,
so,
I wouldn't trade this for nothing right
nope.
now. Okay, like you talking to a girl that used to push trash cans in the rain for $8 an hour. I love what I'm doing right now. Like I don't care if it's gonna take me. I'm probably not gonna leave my office till about 11 o'clock because I have all this. It's tax season and
Yeah,
I'm I'm the only. I gotta wear all these
yeah,
hats. You know what I
no,
mean?
for sure.
I got a freaking insurance audit I gotta fill out.
Oh yeah, I gave that to my
Oh,
mom. I stopped doing that 2 years ago.
oh
That's
my
those are
God. I'm
tough.
trying to get to your level, okay? Because nobody's in the office with me right now. I gotta do
Oh,
it.
I got
Yeah, my kids just have to understand. Y'all have to watch the kids while I'm working because mommy's wearing all these hats right now, you
and
know?
and I mean, you really got three businesses then, Katrina, because I know what I'm learning now from having a YouTube channel and doing podcasts.
Right.
A YouTube channel, if you want to make it work and you want to be content driven, it's a job. It's another
Yo,
business,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, definitely. Yes, yes. I
So
didn't even look at it like that,
not
but
only are you single, have five kids, thank God mom's there. You got
mhm.
three businesses, right? But guess what? I think you're having fun. I know you're having fun because
Yeah, I'm having a lot of
this
fun.
is
I
what I
don't
tell
like to
people.
look at it as work.
No, it's
You
you're
know
having
what I
because this everything has to do with each other.
Right,
Everything
right,
you're doing today, those three businesses all
right.
correlates back to cleaning, right?
Mhm.
So it's like, I mean, it's what I tell people all the time is Rick, why are you so passionate about cleaning? I'm like, because it opened up like six doors for me. What do you mean? Like,
Definitely,
I'm waiting
definitely.
for the seventh door to open. Like,
Yeah,
like it's
that's the same reason why I started. I mean, I don't freaking love cleaning toilets. Okay, I hate it. I used to my room was the messiest room in the house when I was young. Like I was the little girl with the junky room. Like I hated cleaning, okay? But it was more than the cleaning part, it was more so the business and the revenue and uh-oh, hold on.
uh-oh.
Uh,
Working.
yeah. Ah, that's why I hate doing these on my phone because my phone is crazy.
Oh
I
yeah.
wanted to do it on my computer so that I didn't get interrupted so much. But yeah, what was I saying?
I forgot. I don't know. I was looking at my next question for you here.
Go ahead to the
No,
next question.
so let's Katrina. So we're talking about social media. I think you already touched on it, but I'm trying to
Right.
think of some nice quick tips. You mentioned Hootsuite. You mentioned you got an assistant that takes care of everything. Um,
Oh, I
you
don't have Hootsuite. I had Hootsuite
oh,
long
you
time.
had Hootsuite. Okay,
Yeah.
you don't
Now,
anymore.
really, a tip that I can give you guys is you don't even need Hootsuite no more. Hootsuite is old marketing. If I was you guys, I would get on Facebook studios and market. You can set up your automated post on Facebook's did I say face yeah Facebook studios, and you can connect your Facebook and your Instagram
So
page.
it does it dual.
Yeah, yeah, and it will post on both of them.
But then
So when you get
YouTube's
a
a different platform, right? YouTube,
right,
you have to do your
that's something
own.
different.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You can schedule on YouTube as well, though.
Yeah.
See, so once you get into the habit of scheduling this stuff out, your life would be a lot more easier.
That's the key. That's the key is scheduling. All right. So let's talk about what's next. Where are you thinking next, or are these three things that you got going on right now enough for you? Like, what does 2021 look like? What are your goals for 2021?
Well, I'm not even gonna lie. I really would like to niche it down to just doing my mentorship business. Like I love the cleaning business. I want to grow it to a certain number, that sweet number, and then tell you the truth, I really just want to sell it and just do my mentorship business
Okay.
because for one, I feel like it would be easier for me, less hassle. I wouldn't have to deal with so much because I deal with a lot,
Hmm.
especially in both worlds. So, you have your clients in this world, and you have your clients in this world, and sometimes it is challenging. You know what I mean? So but I'm okay. I'm having fun with both of it. But I want to, my goal is to niche it down to one company. And
Okay.
then and that would be Tenacity Academy.
Okay.
I mean,
Awesome.
that would be just my mentorship company because here in 20, and I mean, we're going on to 2021, 2022, like the world is moving to the internet. And
Online, a lot of online learning going on.
it's like you can become a millionaire quick, just internet, just off
Hmm.
the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I realized that last year really quickly, like, this is good.
Yeah.
This is where I want to go at.
So,
You know what
so
I mean?
do me a favor, Katrina. Tell people, wow, where do they find you on YouTube? What's what do they type in? What's the website? How do they contact you?
All right. So you can contact me through, actually, my email is tenacityacademy@gmail.com, or you can contact me at www, sorry,
That's all right.
www.tenacityacademy.com. If you
Okay.
just go to our website, it has all of our information on there,
Okay.
everything. Mm,
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Katrina, I always end with a funny story. So
okay.
you've got to have some. Talk about a funny story that
Oh,
happened to you in while you were in the cleaning field.
okay. Matter of fact, I can give you more than one. I'm gonna give you one for Tenacity Academy and one for Tenacity Clean. Okay. So the one for Tenacity Clean is when I first started my company. I was cleaning this guy's house, right? And then his wife came home, and I'm just like, I think I'm in the refrigerator or something, right? And next thing you know, I hear them arguing, and I'm like, oh, God. So she comes in and she has this maid uniform on, right? Like, I think she was a housekeeper or something. And she was like, "Oh no, I know you didn't. I know you ain't got some bee in here cleaning while I clean." And he's talking about, "Well, you don't never clean up the house. So I hired a maid to come over." And I was like, I'm
Like,
sitting here looking
I'm
at them.
hello, I'm right here.
Um, so I started getting my stuff, and he was like, "No, you stay." And she was like, "No, you go." And I was like, "Oh my, I'm about to go." Because I don't know what y'all got going on. So to make a long story short, he done kicked baby girl out the house, told me to keep cleaning. I said, "No, I'm okay."
I'm done. I'm done.
I'm,
I'm
I'm
clocking
I'm
out.
straight on all that,
I'm clocking out.
Oh, I'm no, I'm cool. I'm cool. So I left. You know what I mean? But I kind of felt like that was a funny situation. Um, so I'm skeptical about going in there with and cleaning people's houses. From that day on, I started being really skeptical,
Oh yeah.
especially men, and then we're women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was my turning point when I said, you know what, I want to do commercial. I want to do more commercial. Let me find some more commercial. So that was my turning point when that happened. But I thought it was funny. One for Tenacity Academy was I was mentoring this. It's a lady in Savannah, Georgia. Here, it's my only client in Savannah. Everybody else is like spread out everywhere else. But I was sending her leads, right? So when I sent her a walkthrough to go on, the first walkthrough went good. The second walkthrough, it was two walkthroughs. It was an older lady and her son, right? So I sent her the walkthrough. I said, "This is the person's name, the client's name, the address, everything. You need to go there, be there, 8 o'clock in the morning, blah, blah, blah." Right. So the next day I get a phone call, and the older lady was like, "Hey, your girl that you sent over here, um, we know her." And I was like, "Oh, okay." She was like, "Yeah, and it's a little situation." you know.
No.
I was like, okay. She said, yeah. See, you know, she said, I don't have no beef with her, but the other house that she about to go to, that's my son. And he used to mess with her, and his wife is home. So can you please call her and tell
Oh
her not
my,
to go there?
the chances of that happening. Come on. Oh my,
So
you're
I'm
like, I'm
like,
just sending you a walkthrough lead.
I'm on the phone like, are you freaking kidding me?
The two
I
leads that you
can't
give her.
I can't make this up. So I call her and I'm like praying that she didn't make it to the house yet. And then I'm thinking, do she know where she going at? She got to know.
Yeah, she's got to
So,
know if you gave her the
so,
address, right?
I call her and she was like, hello. I said, yeah, did you make it to the client's house? She said, yes, ma'am. I was like, where are you? She said, I'm outside the door now. They won't open up the door. And I was like,
Oh, come on.
so I said, get your ass out of there. You know who that is. She was like, no, but I don't have no beef with her. She said, that was a long time ago or whatever. I said, but why would you feel comfortable?
Why would you? Oh my God.
I wouldn't. So I was
Oh
like,
God.
just leave, baby girl. Just leave.
That's funny. Oh my
I
God.
was like, just. Whew.
The chances of that
I
happening.
need to get her on my podcast and tell the story because that was just I laughed for a whole
There's a
week.
lot going on.
She really didn't mind. She was unbothered by the whole
Oh
situation. She
my God.
was like, yeah, I know. I was like, man, oh my goodness. But yeah,
That's
that was
terrible. That's
yeah.
funny. That's funny. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. As you guys can see, Katrina's got a great story. There's so many aspects of her business and how she got there, her past, where she's at now, where she wants to go. So do me a favor, follow her, click on her YouTube, subscribe to her channel. At the same time, don't forget to subscribe to Cleaning the Cocktails. We're here to do this, right? Talk shop, share stories, empower our space that has been so good to us. And I'd just like to say, Katrina, cheers. And
Cheers.
kudos to you for, again, so much respect for you for what you're doing. And again, everybody, thank you so much. Till next episode, we'll talk to you guys then. Enjoy.
All right.